Well, alrighty, folks. Welcome back to another session of our Icewind Dale Rime of the Frostmaiden. I'm your dungeon master, dungeon mister, and we're joined by our wonderful players today. If you guys want to say hey, you absolutely can if you want.
Hey,
Hey. Hello.
Hello.
And we are unfortunately still down a player, but hopefully she will return with us next week. But the story goes on, and before the story goes on, let's get into how the story went on last time with a little bit of a recap. So without further ado, last time, after taking a breather from the battle in the caves, you noticed Malverick was missing as Andres showed up. He told the rest of you that Malverick had left after waking him, leaving a letter to you all which explained he had to pursue this path of vengeance he was on by himself. But with a very powerful cauldron, you took it back to East Haven, where the town's speaker offered you guys a small fortune so the town could use it. He said it would take him a couple of days to get the money together. You guys agreed, saying you'd leave the cauldron here and be back for the payment in a couple of days. So, you guys are like, let's check out and see what's happening in this other town. Left East Haven, went to Caer Dineval to see if the Dwergar were still there. Arriving at the small settlement at the foot of the castle, you wandered about, finding the remains of a half-dozen Dwergar in an old abandoned inn, thinking Malverick might have been at work here. You tried to find a place to rest amidst the blizzard conditions, being directed to the castle. You approached the cold exterior, getting a surprising welcome. You were led inside to a tiefling of some importance, apparently, named Kadroth. He was most intrigued about having the famous Phineas Featherdash in his castle. Imploring the speaker was ill and couldn't be bothered, he offered you rest in the servants' quarters so you could speak in the morning. You guys sensed something was definitely amiss here in the keep, and especially with Kadroth. So after being left alone in the servants' quarters, you took to do some snooping around. Eventually together, and headed up the stairs, you felt a pull to a specific room. Severage found where the speaker was at this time, and apparently with guards. But the room where you guys felt that pull was an elderly dwarven woman, missing a leg and an eye. She asked and invited you all in, and gave an ominous yet very plain message about the future, before collapsing and dying suddenly. With this information weighing on some of you, you headed to the speaker's room, where you rushed in, killing the two guards which were keeping him captive, and as you killed them, they both froze solid as they died. And you guys met with the speaker there, and he claimed that the cult followed Kadroth, who reported to someone named Levistus. He needed them all rooted out of the castle, as they were there under false pretenses and might have murdered some people. Sure enough, you could tell that the castle was alerted of your... I wrote treachery, but I don't want to say treachery. Alerted of your, well, negative presence in the space. And that's where we're going to pick up. You guys feel like you have a moment in this space here, as you guys are kind of overlooking the railing. Phineas and, we'll say Tia would note, as you're kind of like looking out the window, hard to make out most of anything there. But, I would say the two of you would make out, kind of glancing through the window, the barred windows, or the kind of arrow slits of this upper level. You would see a very albino-esque looking individual, a white-haired, white-horned tiefling kind of starts to ride out on some sled dogs as the gates of the castle open, and you would be able to see her leaving for them. Might be a him, I can't remember. You see a pale white tiefling leaving the castle in the middle of this blizzard as a couple of sled dogs leading the way. Hearing other voices come from outside with the winds. You guys, yeah.
I think everybody. I think we were been alerted to. It seems to be a little bit of commotion outside. Somebody just left. Have you heard about an albino tiefling before? Phineas is writing in his journal.
You have not.
I was kind of asking everybody around too.
Not ring a
Can't say I
bell.
have.
We should be ready, just in case Kataroth he comes down. I'm not. I don't have anything to do to ready other than be ready though.
That's fair. I believe Andres was casting Expeditious Retreat on himself. Or not
Longstrider. Yep.
Longstrider.
Yep. Got that down.
Yeah. Got nothing I can do.
And as Andres, you're kind of looking over the railing to the large main room, kind of the hall. And it looks like it was half cleaned up by the servant who was cleaning there, but looking over, it seems quiet in there. There's just this wind starting to howl through the windows.
Maybe we just try and leave.
I think it's a little late for that.
Somebody already. I mean, that white tiefling left. Maybe everybody else did too.
In this blizzard, no. There's ones that have stayed.
Okay. I'll stay in the back.
Alara will say, "We'll stay with this speaker. We'll do well in the dark."
You're our last line of defense. Don't let anybody get to him.
She gives a nod as she kind of looks towards the. He's not like shying away from anything, but he is like essentially in his PJs and like a fur coat, huddled in this room. And is having a hard time keeping warm with the windows as they are.
Right then. What's our objective? Free the captives and... Where do you say they were?
They're our captives.
If they were keeping any, they would be down below in the... Well... We do have a cell down there.
How do we get downstairs? Haven't seen any
The
stairs.
entrance would be at the northwestern tower, in the bottom of it. Should be a trapdoor going down.
Yeah. I say we make our way there.
All right.
Phineas
That
nods.
is where we will go.
You okay?
Northwest Tower.
Which, is, at least as far as your knowledge, you guys would need to kind of go into the courtyard. To access any of the towers. You would have seen several of the all of the towers have doors in the courtyard.
Do we have to go out of this building into another building?
Correct. That's what it looked like, at least. You haven't seen any exterior doors in here aside from the front, large front door.
You have to have more than one door to this place.
Rich people love secret passages, but do we have the time to look for one?
Hmm. Well, I guess we have to go outside.
All right. Aside from the I would say the only other exit would be the heavy iron barred windows in the speaker's room, Cranach. They should have made his name different. You got Cranach and Kadroth. But yeah, aside from those, you don't see any exits out.
We could also try and confront the big guy immediately.
It is an option. I don't hate it.
Yeah,
Sure, fuck it. Let's ambush his ass.
let's do it.
You remember where his office is?
It would be across from where you're looking, and down.
We're still on the landing page.
Yes, you are. Yeah, as you're kind of looking over the railing, it would be across from you guys. I mean, if you guys want, I can bring you to that map. But then you're going to be thinking about combat.
Because that's such a
No, I
long
know.
shot, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can bring you guys to that map. Yeah, it's right across the hall from you, but down. That is the only door on the western side of the castle.
That's where we'll go then.
All
Back
right.
down.
Yeah, as we're going down the stairs, I'm kind of looking side to side, seeing if anybody's waiting underneath the walkway, like underneath the where we just were.
Give me a perception check. All right, with a 19, you don't notice any people, but you do notice between the cracks of the door, between and coming in through the windows, is an unusually strong wind, like almost like it's directed in here, and you would snow and ice would start kind of battering you guys as you start to make your way down. But as you do make your way down, this surging of wind increases as almost like a streak of icy white light arcs around the main entryway, around the doors down here, and even on the stairs kind of behind you right after you come down here. And appearing in place of this white light wind made of like some sort of ice, as the ground kind of gets covered with this chill, immediately kind of freezes over, you would notice people, probably about 24 individuals surrounding you as you would appear down here. I don't know exactly how you guys are standing. That is up to you guys. I'm going to move you over here. A large, imposing figure at the top of the steps will call out to you all. This is your one chance. Lay down your weapons, and you might yet live. You would see all of these dark leather armored individuals with cloaks on, like they had just been out in the snow. All of them wearing those same medallions around you. And there are like a little over 24, or a little over a dozen individuals. All curved, rusted swords drawn. Some of them in better condition than others. And a cloaked individual at the top of the steps. The imposing figure kind of steps down. Holding a sword out, pointing towards each of you.
I think they just kind of teleported in on the wind.
Yes. And you are all filled with this cold, bone-chilling feeling. Kadroth hoped we could be friends. We knew better. Levistus knows better.
Yeah, I'm no friend of Levistus, unfortunately.
Kind of essentially giving you guys a moment to surrender, if you wanted.
Phineas looks around. If nobody else is surrendering, he wouldn't.
Definitely not.
All right. As you kind of like make this hesitation, it's probably pretty obvious that you're not going to. As you look around, you probably all have weapons drawn as well. We're just gonna hop right into combat here as we get into it.
Nice roll.
I didn't add the thing. Oh, because I took the wrong thing.
What thing?
That thing. Well, hardly makes a difference.
Oh, it adds 1 to it?
Well, it's a D4, but I rolled a 1 on it.
Ah. Fair enough. And with that wind swirling around in here, they all rolled pretty bad on initiative. So, Phineas, you are up first on this.
I will fly up, and are all these guys are up on the landing, or are they?
They are underneath it at the moment.
Okay. I will go onto the landing.
Okay. Which side?
I'll go over here. No, I'll protect the door to the speakers room.
All right.
And I will firebolt at the big bad guy.
All right. Firebolt the heavier armored individual. Well, not much. He's wearing studded leather, I believe. Yeah.
15.
15 just hits him.
All right.
As a bolt of fire arcs down towards me, takes 4 points of damage. As it kind of like puffs up against his armor, he quickly draws a dagger.
And I'll pat myself down. Do I have a scroll of fireball in this game, or is it the other game?
It was this game.
Okay, sweet. That's it.
I'm not going to give level 2 characters fireball. Crazy. Fair enough. That will take us to Severish.
I see he has. Is there anything different about everybody else? I know he seems important. Is there anybody else that seems?
He just
important?
seems beefier and more like the leader-ish amongst them. Did the talking. There is a robed individual behind him. It is a tiefling individual, reddish in nature. It doesn't look as enthusiastic, but they would have like a dagger at their side, but they don't have it drawn.
Let's do
That'd be that individual.
Yeah. I'm gonna bonus action aim.
Okay.
And you said these guys, the guys on our flanks are on the same level as we
They
are.
are on the same level as you guys.
And I'm just going to turn and start clockwise and take one out.
All right. Taking aim at 22 will hit, and you do get your fancy schmancy sneak attack. And he takes 10 points of damage. You immediately just shoot him right in the throat. As he does, he clutches it, and his body quickly freezes over. And that's it for Severage,
That is
right?
it for me.
That will take us to Andres.
Andres is gonna cast a second level bless on everyone.
Okay. As everyone feels the power of this kind of light filling you up, as you are all blessed. Anything else for Andres?
I'm gonna step over here.
All right. Kind of entering the fray of these individuals covering the front door. That will
Use
take us.
red for concentration. Ah, it's big. That's so stupid.
Yeah, yeah. It's because it's a big map. Or the scale of it. Yeah, there you go.
It's better the more there are.
Or I can always color your token if you want.
That's okay. I'm red for concentration, purple for the bond, yellow
Sure.
for bless.
Okay.
It's all on there.
As this individual, the robed one, starts speaking in a devilish sort of tongue, and is going to do a twofer. A long and wrapped chain. I know how to spell chain. Would appear right in the middle of all of you. Do I have a chain somewhere? Yeah, that'll work. Kind of glowing. Yeah. This faint, icy color as the chain tries to whip out towards Severage. As they're casting spiritual weapon.
Rude.
New and
Getting
improved.
16 to hit.
That'll hit.
As of course it won't let me roll.
Whatever that was, it didn't work.
It didn't work.
I think that's a sign.
That's a sign. Nah, you still take the whatever. As you would take 3 points of force damage. They are then going to make this pure bluish white flame erupt around Phineas, and Phineas, I need a dexterity save.
I'm not very dexterous, but this time I am.
Getting a nat 20 as you kind of flutter your wings about, you avoid this cold fire that appears right from under you.
Don't forget, you're all blessed.
As you are blessed.
Yes.
That will take us to the leader amongst this troop. As he rushes down the stairs, sword and dagger drawn, tries to stab out towards Severage.
Oh, that would have been a blue 20.
Getting an 8, a 21, and a 15.
2 of those will hit. 21 and 15.
The 15 will be with his dagger. Let's see if this attack works. It does. You take 4 slashing from his blade, and then kind of stabs you kind of right in your hip for 7 points of piercing. Levistus wants these dead, I guess. Taking us to Tia.
That ends his turn. I
does.
will move under the balcony over here.
Isn't your speed 0 because you...
It's only 0 on my turn.
Okay. Fair enough. That will take us to Tia.
Alright,
That's pretty
I want to
good.
hit that guy right in front of me with psychic laughter.
Okay. The big boy, as he's got to make a wisdom save? Intelligent? Yes, wisdom save. He got a 16, unfortunately, as you just kind of look at him, hoping he'll think something's funny. Smile comes over his face, but he doesn't think it's as funny as you were hoping.
Damn. Alright, I'm just gonna wait there.
Alright.
I'll end my turn.
Kind of just giving him a glance and readying yourself. That will take us to all these guys. A couple of them will rush down the stairs. A couple will kind of come into the... kind of jumping on the tables, rushing the lot of you. Can I make it down the stairs and all the way? I can get there. As these two will kind of go up to rush Phineas. I'm going to mark him with a... we're going to say pink for upstairs. As they all lunge at each of you with scimitars. We're going to just start left to right. So against... That's the wrong one. Severage.
Sure.
Getting a 9 and a 13 to hit.
Both will miss.
As they're just kind of slashing out. They don't seem as experienced as, well, you guys, with blades. Or being, like, almost kind of soldiery looking. Against Tia will be 3 individuals that slash out at you. Getting a 9, a 14, and a 13 to hit.
One second. The 13 hits.
Alright. So I get the 14 would hit as well.
Oh yeah, sorry.
As you would take 11 points of slashing damage as they just kind of, like a pack of hyenas, just lunge at you, jumping on the tables. That would take us to Andres, as 4 of them would try to slash at you, seeing that you're more heavily armored. Maybe that's why 4 of them went to you. Thinking you might be a more dangerous threat. And they rolled much better, too. Getting a 20, a 21, a 14, and a 21. As there's this, like, cold look on all of their faces as they just stab at you.
A protective bubble extends out from Andres, and as he casts shield.
Alright.
Oh, I need to make a thing for that. So none of them hit.
As they kind of, like, seems like most of them were going to hit, but it's just, like, barely in the nick of time. Andres, you shield away from all of them. Taking us back to the top of the taking us to Phineas's attackers, because they're pink, I didn't see them. 2 of them are going to slash out at Phineas up the stairs.
I mean, they had to do a lot of running.
Getting a 14 and a 14.
Yeah.
As...
Only so.
Yes. As Phineas, you unfortunately take 9 points of slashing damage. One of them kind of, like, grits his teeth towards you. Where are you going, bird boy?
I think it might be just going to the other side pretty soon.
And that will take us to your turn, Phineas.
Alright. Phineas is going to pull out this scroll and open it up, start reading, and will a fireball gonna go right in between Tia and Andres.
So that would even hit you. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
What at the classic? I didn't ask how big the room was. I
Okay.
said cast fireball on it.
As it will hit everybody except for this individual. You blow it up there. As you're not, I need a spellcaster check. DC is 13. Intelligence check to see if you can cast this fireball because it is one level too high for you.
Great intelligence.
Does he still have bless?
That
It only works
work
on
with that.
saving throws and attacks.
Should have given him the bond, huh?
Ah,
With a
man.
7, as you start to create
inspiration,
this little marble of fire, it kind of starts to fizzle and drip onto the parchment in your hand as it burns away.
Oh,
It's been really cool though.
Yeah.
I was gonna put that in my book. In that case, they each only hit me once on their turn.
Yeah.
So I'll just stay here because it's an opportunity attack anyway.
Fair enough. Kind of, you see both of them kind of like confused at what you're doing, Phineas. That will take us to Severage.
I should change my mind. I'm actually gonna leave. I'm gonna go the other side.
All right. Still confused at what you're doing. They will lash out at you.
Yeah.
Getting a 16 and an 18 to hit,
Yeah, both hit.
as you do take 9 points of slashing damage.
Ow.
And that will take us to Severage.
Right. I will bonus action disengage. Come up these stairs a little bit.
So those stairs go up to the, so you'd have to like wrap around to go up the stairs.
Oh, okay. Those go that way.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine. I'll just be under that landing then.
Yeah, you can definitely get under the landing for sure.
And I am under, but I'm in that corner. That's fine.
I would say under there isn't anything, but you can get under to where the stairs are. I'd say it's
as far back as I can go.
Yeah, I got you. I understand what you're saying.
And then I will take a shot at one of the guys on. Yeah, we'll just go with that one.
All right.
I have bless, but not advantage.
Correct, and you will have sneak attack should you hit. A 16 does definitely hit. As, yeah, you shoot your arrow, goes kind of right. You think it just hits his arm, but it actually hits his heart as he kind of clutches his chest. His body quickly freezes over. And that'll take us to Andres.
I don't want to leave Tia all by herself in there. I need to measure something out. I have 45 feet of movement. If I can do something like this. That could work. Okay. I'm gonna use my channel divinity, Balm of Peace. Have you guys seen any of the recent X-Men movies?
No.
Well, you're missing out. Do you remember what the best part about them was?
Hugh Jackman.
Actually, good
Yes.
choice. Yeah, that is good too.
Yeah.
But the real answer is those slow motion Quicksilver scenes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what-
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of what this looks like. Andres leaves a little sonic boom behind as he moves at lightning speed next to Tia and heals her for. I have a thing there. For 8. Zooms up to Severage
Does this avoid opportunity
Yes.
attacks?
completely.
Okay.
Next to Severage, who gets 14. And
Okay.
then finally next to Phineas, who gets.
Phineas is
12.
Phineas is upstairs, unfortunately.
Well, in that case, I'll zoom back in here.
All right.
And that's gonna be it.
All right. As that kind of quicksilver moment, as you would feel this kind of warmth as the winds are raging in here. That will take us to these guys. This guy will, at the top of the steps, kind of look around frantically because he's not a leader in any sort of sense. Oh, you stepped right on top of my chain. I got it. No, you're good. He is going to... kind of point his dagger to Andres. Kind of timidly... Down! As you would see this almost like snow start heading your way, Andres, as I do need a wisdom saving throw.
Interesting. Okay, gonna use Bless and Emboldening Bond on this one.
Of course.
So, ooh, 12.
With a 12, you are good to go, as his words mean nothing to you.
Wait.
The kind of snow that drifts toward you just kind of like falls at your feet. And he's gonna stay up there, as the weapon is going to try to attack you as well. The chain there, getting a 23 to hit.
Okay. Another protective barrier. Bringing my AC to 24.
All right. Does Emboldening Bond increase your AC as well?
It does not. That'd be broken.
So your AC is 20 without anything?
It's 19.
Oh, shield gives +5. I'm dumb. I know stuff. I promise. Yeah. So the chain kind of hits your protective barrier, taking us to the captain. He is going to do his rootin' tootiness to kind of jump onto the table here. He's going to take 2 strikes against Andres and 1 against... Actually, Andres, seeing that protective barrier around you, he's going to lash out towards Tia with all of his attacks. Getting a 12, a 14, and then with his dagger getting a 10.
14 hits.
Only the 14 hits you, as you would take 5 points of slashing damage as he cuts into you, but your cat-like reflexes kind of kick in, avoiding most of his attacks. Like a stay still, you cat. That will take us to your turn, Tia.
I'm going to hit him with a... What was it? Psychic Whispers.
Okay. As he starts to hear crazed whispers in his head. Unfortunately, rolled a nat 20.
God damn it.
But he will still take half of that damage as he kind of shakes his head, and he does not run away, unfortunately. That would have been clutch if it worked, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll end my turn there.
All right, that will take us to all these boys. We'll say this one will rush to the corner with Severage, and unleash his little attack first. I know you're gonna want to. Actually, yeah, because he would get there before this guy, so you would still have room. Getting a 20 to hit you, Severage.
That will hit me.
As you take a whopping 2 points of slashing damage.
And I will move 20 feet.
All right.
But I gotta go 1. Those center stairs are actually here, though.
Where?
I'm gonna get this central area. Those
Okay.
actually go up.
They
Yeah,
do,
so I have
yes.
to go. I have to go around. I have to go diagonal, diagonal,
All
over
right.
diagonal.
This other guy will then kind of like use his reach to kind of get up to the stairs with you and lash out with his scimitar as well,
Yep,
getting a 20 to hit as well.
20s are good.
And you know what? He also is doing 2 points of damage to you. They both
It's
rolled a
good.
20 and they both rolled 2 damage. It will take us to these. These guys are. They can't quite get to you, Phineas. But they're trying. They're there. As they are running towards you. Hey, Bert, come back here! And the rest of you guys, the guy's frozen in ice. Those guys gonna have to go around. They kind of all group up, cornering and kind of pinning down. The duo there, as 2 of them are going to try to attack Andres, or 3 of them are going to try to attack Andres with his protective bubble up in this moment. Getting a 16, a 7, and a 9 to hit.
Nope.
While the other 3...
I mean, those wouldn't have hit without shield either.
Right. The other 3 are going to try to lash out towards Tia, as I believe only 1 hits with a 14. The other's got 11. As
Yeah, 14 hits.
Tia, you will take 6 more points of slashing damage. So like, we got him cornered, boss. Not cornered. We got him surrounded. That will take us to Phineas at the top of the stairs.
Phineas will look over at the guys that are chasing him, smile, unfurl his wings, and fly over to the other side. And as he's flying over, he'll hit this guy 3 times and this guy 2 times with a magic missile.
Okay. That first guy will take... You said 3 and 2, right?
Yeah, 2nd level.
As the first guy, kind of as you're pelting him, he gets knocked down to the ground and turns to... gets all frozen. The other guy will take...
2 and 2. Sorry, 2 and 2.
Oh. So 6 and 8. So he does not get frozen.
And that'll be my turn over here.
He will take 6 and 8. 6. Alright, that will take us to Severage.
I will bonus action disengage and run up the stairs. And then I'm going to take a shot at the big guy.
Alright.
He is engaged. I'm still blessed.
He is, and you are.
So I will take a shot. Ooh, I don't like 11. I guess I get to know. So
You do get... I mean, yeah. I mean... You get to know for advantage if you want to use your...
no, I have. If I want to know use my inspiration.
You don't get to
I
know
don't-
if it hits or not, but you know with rolls.
Do I not?
You know what you rolled.
Yeah, can't get it back if I don't use it.
That is very true. Alright. That will hit him.
14.
He takes 14 points of damage.
Damage.
As it kind of gets right in the back of his ankle, he kind of like hops up for a second, almost nearly missing the Achilles tendon. Anything else for Sev?
Nope, that was all of them. I can keep going, I suppose. I'll
Fair
get on the
enough.
next set of stairs.
That will take us to Andres.
Okay, I'm gonna use a True Strike against this guy.
All right.
Blessing the Bone Bond are ticked, so
That will
18.
definitely hit him.
5 points of radiant damage.
As this kind of light arcs out, whacking him right across the face. Definitely going to leave a scar, but he is still up and at him.
Okay. That's my turn.
All right, I will take us to this guy up here. He is going to look out to Phineas as he kind of reaches into a pocket in his robe, pulls out a chain, and you would see the chain start glowing. And he's probably like whispering something to himself that you can't hear over the wind. But that same illusory chain starts to wrap around you, Phineas. As I will need a wisdom save as the chain that he made previously disappears.
Spiritual weapon is concentration now.
It is concentration. As this chain starts to kind of wrap around you, Phineas, you kind of, with your massive intellect, with your willpower, just kind of break the shackles as your wings kind of expand for a moment, just enough to break them, as you are not held by the famous spell Hold Person.
Yeah. I couldn't get away from these guys chasing me.
Yep. And he took notice.
I'm in the way now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which will take us to the big guy down here. He is going to... Not thinking much of Tia, because she hasn't... You heard him a little bit when you looked at him, but Andres has healed and done other things, so he's going to take all of his swipes against Andres.
Fair.
Noting the protective bubble is down, he gets a 22 with his first attack.
Ow.
An 11 with his second attack.
Nope.
As it kind of clinks off your shield, and with his dagger kind of pulling up around, gets a 16 to hit.
Doesn't hit, so I'll take that one hit.
Alright. As you will take 6 points of slashing damage. I need a concentration check.
Mm-hmm. It's coming. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I certainly hope so. Yeah, you are good to go. Which will take us to Tia. Surrounded. Everyone's hurt on this side of you, though.
All right. I am going to hit the guy that's between me and Phineas with a Eldritch Blast.
Alright. It will be at disadvantage, but you do have the Bless
And the emboldening bond.
and the Emboldening
I
Bond.
don't need it.
Yeah, as you don't need it. As you blast him. That definitely
I'm going to
hits.
push him too.
Okay. How much damage is this Eldritch Blast doing? 6 points of force damage. As you push him back, his body goes into the corner and cracks in half as the top half of him topples and crumbles onto the floor. Anything else for Tia?
No, I will end my turn there.
Alright, that will take us to all the little guys. You guys have things handled. This guy was on Severage first, so he's going to run up after Sev, making an attack against you. With his scimitar, getting a 15 to hit.
That is the target.
As you take a whopping 5 points of slashing damage. He's like, stay still.
Nope.
As he does the opposite of that. Which will then, the other guy down here has got to go up the stairs. He's going to dash after Sev. And these guys are also going to have to dash as they start to go up the stairs. This guy is going to wait over here just eyeing the bird across the way, just waiting for you with his sword out. And down here, 3 attacks are going to go against Andres, while 2 are going to go against Tia. In fact, one of them is going to try to grapple Andres. Andres, I do need a strength or a dex save.
Interesting. Let's see. 22.
You're good. You're good. The other 2 will try to stab you.
Fair.
Getting a 20 with the first attack,
That hits.
as you would take 7 points of slashing damage. And the
Oh, wow.
other also got a 20 to hit,
Also hits. And probably should have shielded, but whatever.
as you take 4 more points of slashing damage. Which will then
Or...
kind of starting to get some hits onto you. Yeah,
And
you're love that. Get to see a blue, a green, and a red all at once. The other 2 across here, one of them will try to grapple onto Tia. And Tia, I need a dexterity save or a strength save.
use Bless and the Bolding Bond.
That's cool. So Bless helps out with grappling now.
Yeah, it does.
You don't need it. 14 is good, as the other one will try to slash out at you as well, Tia, getting a 15 to hit.
That does hit.
All right, as you take 4 points of slashing damage. Which will then end these guys' turn, taking us to Phineas.
I will hit that guy 3 times. Magic missile.
All right. Nice. As he freezes in place there, creating a little bit of a hindrance for the rest coming up the stairs. As
I
he's-
was thinking.
yeah.
What?
All right. The staying put will take us to Sev.
Give a smile and a wave to that guy.
Now I have a relaunch. You know what? I will bonus action take aim. So I will take, because that guy no longer alive. He's a statue.
Yeah, the blue guys are essentially, they're not solid ice, but their bodies are very frozen and stiff in place. Essentially kind of like paralysis combined with frostbite, like they've been sitting out in the cold for a month. They're in
He's not
cold storage.
providing me disadvantage on this shot.
I would say no. Nah. You're
And
uphill. They don't have cover against you.
Well, I was gonna fire down into the.
Oh, yeah.
I meant because he's adjacent. But
Oh, no, yeah, he's a dead guy.
So I'm gonna use my bonus action to take aim, and I will fire a shot at the big guy.
All right.
Advantage, bless, sneak attack. Ooh, 15.
15
Hits.
just hits.
Ooh, 9.
As he will take 9 points of damage. This guy
Rolled
seems...
a 1, a 2, and a 3. That's got to be worth something.
It's worth math. Those are numbers. As he's a beefy guy. He kind of takes it in the back and still just trying to wail on both Tia and Andres.
I am good.
All right, that will take us to Andres.
Which one of these guys around me is hurt? This one, right? The one below Tia?
Yes.
Okay, I'll try another True Strike.
Yeah, he's the one you struck last time.
Good, let's see if we can thin these guys out. 20 to hit.
20 will absolutely hit. As he
Max
takes
damage.
9 points of radiant damage as that light starts to shine within him, and as it kind of starts to crack his body open, it turns to ice as it just kind of dust and snow particles come out of his body.
Very nice. Making some headway.
He's frozen.
That's me.
All right. I'll take us to the guy up here. He is... got caster. Seeing people getting frozen. He doesn't know what to do. It's gonna go towards Andres. As... Can he get there? He sure can. Is gonna rush down the stairs. As he does, you start to hear this mumbling from underneath his kind of face there, as his hand glows with this dark energy, and he's going to reach out towards Andres.
Shit. Does that inflict wounds?
Getting a 17 to hit.
Misses.
As kind of stumbling over the table, and Andres, you see this coming, so you raise your shield up as that energy just kind of dissipates around you. As yeah, he was casting inflict wounds at a higher level. That will end his turn, taking us to the big guy. At which point he is going to... we'll say 2 strikes against Andres and 1 against Tia. Drag you down to the hells with us. Getting a 24 against Andres.
That'll hit even with shield.
As you take 5 points of slashing damage. And then a 15 with his second attack against Andres.
Misses.
And then against Tia. Wow, so even with the nat 1. You are good. Against Tia got a 9 though. As he seems to be getting sluggish as he's getting harassed from shots from upstairs. Which will then take us to your turn, Tia.
Alright, I want to hit him again. Or try to at least.
The big guy?
With Psychic Whispers. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he can't roll another nat 20.
What are the odds, right?
As he rolled a 4, or actually, sorry, a 5, as he takes 10 points of psychic damage, and then runs away. So, Andres, you can make an attack of opportunity against you, or against him.
Nah, my attacks are no good without True Strike.
All right, as he starts
I
running,
don't have
running
Warcaster.
up, and then let's see what direction he goes. He starts running this way. As he runs all the way up the stairs, 30 feet.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to
You're good.
roll that, actually.
As he would just kind of like grab his... Well, he's holding his weapons up and just kind of like winces at you and turns running away. Anything else for Tia?
Nope. I'll get there.
Alright, that will take us to all these guys. These 3 guys are still targeting Andres, and this one will still target Tia. So we'll start with that. Andres. First guy getting a 10.
Miss.
Second guy getting an 18.
Miss. But barely.
Third guy getting a nat 20.
Well, nothing to be done about that.
And he rolls near minimum damage as you take 4 points of slashing damage. That would be the southern guy. And towards Tia. What'd you do to boss? Is going to slash out towards you, Tia. Getting a 13 to hit. Which I think just hits you, Tia.
Hold on 1 second. My computer's being slow. Yes, it just hits me.
Alright, as Tia, you take 4 points of slashing damage. And then back up top. This guy's going to kind of try to leap around, kind of straddling that edge there to Severage. And he's going to try to slash at Sev. Getting a nat 20.
Will do.
As you take 9 points of slashing damage. I got you now.
I'm actually just going to stay there, because if I move, I think I give a space for the next guy.
Yeah, yep, you would. As the other guy kind of like, fine, you take care of it. Is going to try to run down here. Just to, oh boy, choices. Nah. He's gonna wait there as he's got a ready dash action. Which will take us to Phineas, as this guy's looking to, like, follow your movements, Phineas. He's just looking across the way at you.
I want to look up at the ceiling real quick. Are there any like chandeliers or something I can drop
Absolutely,
down
why
on
not?
everybody? All right, cool. I will try and firebolt the.
Let's say, like,
The
yeah,
chan-
very lit chandeliers up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and drop a chandelier.
Alright. I'll say there's two. One over here and one over here.
I'll drop one on the left.
Alright. Give me an attack roll with your firebolt.
Left.
That is unfortunately going to miss the chandelier. As a gust of wind blows in from the windows up top and just kind of shifts it ever so slightly.
Inspiration, though.
You do get inspiration.
We love those.
That'll take us to Sev.
I will bonus action disengage.
Okay.
I will take one step. And then I will fire down at no, I'll get this one off of Tia.
Okay.
I do not have advantage. Oof.
Uh,
14
A four
medium.
still hits?
17 isn't
Yeah,
medium, though.
absolutely. As you get him in the back of his neck, as he kind of flops down onto the table there.
Then I'm going to step right back into that space.
Okay. Fair enough. That will take us to Andres.
Okay, they're starting to put the hurt on me, even through my defenses, so I'm gonna do a second level Cure Wounds on myself.
Alright. New and
Let's see,
improved.
these have like an upcast option in them, right?
They should.
Good.
They do. Very nice.
As you heal yourself for 20 hit points. Very nice.
That feels good. Sweet. That's all I got.
Alright, that will take us to the robed individual who is going to... Yeah, they're going to do it. They're going to bring that chain back. As the chain kind of hovers in the air nearby, it's going to lash out at Andres.
I got some spell slots.
It's their last second level.
Okay.
And it's going to lash out at you.
Spell slots.
It'll roll it. It will, getting an 18 to hit.
Just misses.
And then they are going to try to light up this cold flame under your feet. I need a dex save.
Dex save.
Yeah,
Wow, I'm
yeah,
rolling hot.
rolling super hot. They will then back away from the fray.
Okay.
I don't know how much Andres is down, but he actually healed one additional D8.
Did the extra only do 1d8?
Yes.
Oh,
it did.
look at that.
It did. So roll one more d8.
Nice catch.
There you go. Even better. New and improved. That will take us to
The 8 looked so good, I didn't even question it.
It did. The leader up here is going to run back down. And having ran from Tia, is going to try to put the hurt on her. getting a 24 to hit with his first attack.
Oh, yeah, that definitely hits.
As you take 8 points of slashing damage. And then he goes around whirling again with his scimitar, getting a 23 to hit. As Tia, you take 5 more points of slashing damage. I believe that makes
Yeah, I'm
Tia
down.
fall unconscious. He's then going to kind of barrel in where the chain is and take a dagger strike at Andres. Getting a 23 to hit.
Yeah, I'll cast shield.
Okay.
Yep.
Right as I click damage. As you shield it up. You're gonna run out of that bubble sometime. Which will take us to Tia. You'll roll me a death save, please.
Alright. You can use bless and the bolden bond.
It's true.
Oh,
Alright.
sorry, I made that public.
It's perfectly fine. And that will take us to all these guys here. This guy will kind of shimmy around the corner. And will lash out at Severage. Getting a big old 8 to hit.
Nope, that will not hit. Now, can I? He can do it, why can't I?
Yeah, you can move around.
I can't just go back this way towards Phineas.
You absolutely can. As this guy will chase you down. Getting towards the end there, and he'll kind of like... I'm assuming the door to Kranoth's room is closed.
Mm-hmm.
I think I clicked on it.
No, that's his downstairs view anyways. He's going to stab out at Sev. Getting a nat 20.
Ouch.
As Severed, you take 5 points of slashing damage.
Rude.
And then down below here, 3 attacks against Andres. All of them bashing up against your bubble, not standing a chance against it. Taking us to Phineas.
I will flare out my wings and get this guy right in front of me. Magic missile.
Okay.
Oh, bad damage.
He will take 6 points of damage as you kind of blast him, and he's looking... As he's attacking Severage, he kind of turns towards you and growls.
That's all I got.
Alright. Taking us to Sev.
I can switch weapons as part of an attack now.
Yep. Well, you can draw 1 weapon as part of the attack.
Sure.
But then you have an
I can
item
stab.
interaction, so you can, yeah.
I can stab this man.
Absolutely, why not? 19 will be a hit. As you stab him right in the gut, and he kind of flops over the railing there as his body quickly turns blue and shatters on the table below.
I was kind of hoping for it to stay up as like a barrier.
That's what I'm here for. Stop clicking on the door. And then I will engage this guy.
Alright.
But I believe because of the Nick rules, I don't get to make another attack. Because I had to break up my action. Because it's all one action now.
I would say you can.
Still the same attack
Yeah,
action.
it's still the same attack action. I don't see why
I don't know,
not.
I just had to do something in the middle.
Yeah, that's it. That's fine. It's kind of like breaking up the Great Weapon Master cleave thing. 23 will hit.
And he doesn't get any of the other stuff, so he can take 1 point of damage.
He will take 1 point of damage as you do indeed nick him. Which will take us to Andres in the middle there.
He's gonna stay. What is the healing word? Let's make it Santé towards Tia.
Alright.
She gets 8 points of healing.
Did I update that one at least?
Yes. I
Alright,
think I
yes.
might have done that by hand.
2d4.
Perfect.
Yep, Tia, you get 8 health back as you're lying on the ground and hear the voice of Andres speaking to you.
And for his action, he's gonna raise his arms and he'll go, "Come on then, you devil bootlickers." And mechanically, I'm taking the dodge action.
I gotcha.
Which means I'm now gonna add another dot. Blue is dodge.
There you go. Hey, now the circle's got smaller. Which will take us to the fanatic over here. Kind of starts to whisper and point their dagger out towards Andres. Just, down! Andres, I do need a wisdom save.
Rolling hot.
Yep. That's fair. They haven't done much to you, but they are going to whack out with their spiritual weapon towards you at disadvantage. Getting a 21 to hit.
Dang.
Wow. Yeah, they'll hit.
As you will take 1d8. 3 points of force damage.
Ow.
As the chain just kind of like whips into you for a moment. Yeah, it's still enough to make you make a con save. But you can't roll below like... You're gonna have a lot of bonuses there.
I mean,
Take
he
us-
passed with an at one.
Yeah.
That's a real good in the bless.
That will take us to the captain here, who is going to lash out at you as well. He'll take 1 stab with his dagger at Tia, though. We'll do that one first, which will be at advantage, because Tia is on the ground at the moment. Tia got a 24 to hit with his dagger.
Yeah, that hits.
As Tia, you take 7 points of piercing damage. As it is just enough to
Yeah,
keep
I'm
you
not down.
awake. And then he's going to lash out at Andres.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage, getting a 14 and a 17 to hit.
Those miss.
Ugh. We don't lick any boots. Taking us to Tia.
I'm gonna hit him with Psychic Sliver.
Okay. Big int save. He got a 5. He's going to take 6 points of psychic damage, and his next saving throw
That's right.
is minus a d4. Should he make one? Anything else for Tia?
Nope.
Alright, kind of like as you kind of make yourself kind of get up, it's going to take us to all these guys. These 3 are going to lash out at Andres.
That's what I've been hoping for.
At disadvantage.
Yep.
Getting a 13, a 13, and a 17 as they all miss. This guy will start to run down the stairs. I think he can get there. He's getting there. And this guy over here is going to stab out at Sev. Getting a 14 to hit.
That will just miss.
As it seems the wind is getting knocked out of them. Taking us to Phineas.
I will fly over to the other side. And as I'm flying over, I'll hit this guy with a firebolt.
Okay. 22
22
will
to
hit.
Oh, 1
Takes-
damage.
Takes a big whopping 1 point of fire damage.
That'll be my turn.
All right, Sev.
Phineas dipped. And I will bonus action disengage from this guy.
All right.
I'm gonna move back that way. And yeah, let's take a shot at the big guy.
Okay.
I'm still blessed. He's still engaged. All the boxes are checked. 11 is pretty poor, though.
11 does miss, unfortunately. End turn there.
That is... Yeah, that's far enough.
All right. Andres, still surrounded.
Do I want to use my last second level slot? Yeah, I'm thinking I do. Cast a second level Cure Wounds on Tia.
All right.
So this time I'm gonna do it like this. Wow.
Oh,
Plus 3. You healed 30 HP.
As she's back to full. That's exactly what she
Those
needed
are
to get there.
some rolls. I'm rolling hot tonight.
How much did you pay Roll20 for these rolls?
Actually, my dad works at Roll20. That's my turn. Can
All
remove the
right.
blue dot.
As Tia, you are fantastically healed. This guy over here is going to run, open the door, and shut it.
Damn it. And that's that dude's office, right?
It leads to the dude's office.
I can't see that though.
No, you wouldn't even see him down there anyways. Taking us to Captain O'Captain is going to continue to try to lash out at you guys. He's gonna swing with all of his might at Andres. Just going full ham on Andres. Getting a 19 with his first attack. A 15.
Shit. 15 misses.
15 with his second attack, and a 24 with his third attack.
Ooh, that hits. So 2 hits.
His dagger's done more damage with his scimitar every time. You take 11 points of damage total. It's 5 and 6, so 2 DC 10s.
Yep, 2 regular ones.
Ooh. Well, you're still concentrating. That will take us to Tia.
Alright, I'm gonna hit the big guy with a psychic blast.
Alright, he does have disadvantage.
Eldritch blast.
Oh. It will be at disadvantage because you're in melee with him. But you do have
Okay.
Bless and Embolting Bond.
And the Bolting Bond. Oh.
But a
Don't need
16
it.
will still hit him.
I'm gonna push him back too. He's in this space.
Alright. Pushing him back onto the stairs. He takes 5 points of force damage as he gets knocked back onto the stairs. He kind of trips, his head cracks onto the stone as his body would start to be covered in ice. As that happens, you would see chains, frosty chains, erupt out of the ground around all of these individuals, frozen or not, and just kind of drag them down to the ground as they all freeze over. And now they are like statues of ice. Every
So
single
you're
one.
saying that? So you're saying this could have been a whole hell lot easier?
Yes. Essentially. But every single one of them freezes in place there as chains wrap them down to the floor, to the table, to the windows and the wall. As one of them has disappeared. We're out of combat, though. What are you guys doing?
Oh, lie down.
Everybody alive?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm okay. Gee, that was a pretty crazy shot. What'd you do? How'd you get them all?
Just had to get the one, apparently. They were connected somehow. Maybe he made them.
What about the one that made off? Should we go after him?
Yes.
Yep.
That might be the better idea.
Okay.
Which way to go?
Anybody see where he went?
You would have seen him go through this door here.
That is where we will go.
Let's go.
Alright. Leaving this large room with frozen bodies. As you head into the next room. It is empty. This kind of this waiting room in here. They actually put yellow color on the lights in here. But in this waiting room in here, it just seems to be empty with the door shut to the next room.
Can I give a listen on the next door?
Give me a perception check.
Perception. 14.
With a 14, you hear the crackling of fire from within.
Not a fail, right?
It is not a fail.
Okay, good. I can open the door.
Alright, as you open it, the fire burning within this office space here. You don't... Nothing in here. There's an ornate desk. Some crumpled papers up top. That's it. No windows in here.
Where do you go? Don't tell me you can
Rip
turn invisible
people
as
in
well.
their tunnels. Or magic.
You thinking there's a secret tunnel out of here?
I'll start looking and feeling the walls for a secret passage.
Alright, give me an investigation check. This will take some time as you're starting to feel the walls. What are the rest of you guys doing while he's doing this?
I'm gonna watch the way we came.
I guess I can check
I'm
out the
gonna
desk.
look around and grab any loose papers that are sticking up.
Yeah, as you kind of like grab some of the papers, it does seem like normal like town speaker affair kind of stuff, like trading and dealing with small crimes, and it's boring, typical castle papers. You don't see anything out of the ordinary on the papers. Andra's searching the
Okay,
desk.
I've just
Yeah, I got you. Andres, give me an investigation check as you look at this desk.
Investigation. Wow. Still rolling hot.
Alright. And bowling bond adds to everything?
Yes, it adds to checks, saves, and attack rolls.
How long
As
does
long
that-
as
How long does it last?
10 minutes. But the bonded person needs to be within 30 feet.
Gotcha.
Which
Who you
Tia
bonded with?
is,
Tia?
right?
Gotcha. Yeah, you're all in this office space here. Well, not Severed. Severed is looking at the door.
Mhm.
But kind of in the bottom panel of the one of the top drawers, which looks to just have like writing, like inks in it and stuff. Hidden underneath that, on the bottom side of the desk, you would find a small, feels like a hidden pocket kind of thing. Actually, no, it's not. It's there's a coin purse on the underside of it.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna snatch that up.
And inside of the coin purse is a single potion of healing and 10 gold,
Hey. Very nice.
as well as a silvered dagger.
Oh.
Small, small, kind of like almost like a letter opener, like it, not meant for being used in a fight, but it definitely could be.
Okay, I'm gonna hold on to that for now.
Meanwhile, Phineas, as you're searching through the walls, you would feel something here, as it looks like there's a hidden doorway with a little lever beside the fireplace.
Ah, I found it. I'll pull the lever.
All right. As you pull the lever, stone against stone kind of creaks open, revealing what looks like the other side of another door, much like this one.
And I'll move
Hey.
out of the way to let somebody else go first.
Nice job.
Rich people and their tunnels.
You had it right. Yeah, I can go first. Shield raised.
All right. As you enter in, that I should make that a door. You can easily open that door as well. And you just have to kind of push it aside. You would see inside of a maybe 40-foot tall tower. And you would see, it looks like it goes up. There are no windows in here. There's a door on the southern side. Stairs leading up top. You would also notice a trap door next to you.
That's the
This might be
western
the way
tower.
down.
Western tower.
Oh, yeah, it is.
The door would be open to the outside.
Any tracks outside?
There would be raging winds outside.
Okay. We'll scout that up real fast.
You might see a little bit of tracks, easily noticeable, but they're just gone. Like, quickly being swept up by the wind.
The center of the tower open to the top?
It
Or-
does. Why not?
Oh,
No, I lied. It doesn't.
Oh.
Looking at the other map. No, it doesn't. You have to take the stairs.
Gotta pick the
It's about 20
stairs.
feet up. The next level goes up.
I'll fly up at the top of the stairs and just kind of poke my head and to see.
It would
what's,
look much
up
the
there.
same, except for there is a door leading out to the ramparts.
It's like the top wall type thing.
Yeah. Parapets? It's ramparts, right?
Yes.
I'll fly back down.
But yeah, the ceiling in there would have come to a point about 30 feet up. Large space.
Well, he didn't go up there. Let's head down. Worst case, we can get whoever's in the cells out.
Yeah.
Down it
I think-
is.
It seems pretty clear that the guy ran off. So, didn't feel comfortable seeking refuge down in the cellars. I think that's a good sign for us.
All right. As you all pop open the hatch, with this trap door leading down. You would see some stone stairs descending in a circular manner, similar to like the kind of, probably you would assume the same width as the where it is on the tower. But as you start to creep down, that's where we're going to take our little 5-10 minute break. So we'll pick back up here in a few with you guys going down to the underneath the castle. So stay tuned, folks. We'll be back in a bit. Well, all right, folks, we are back with it. And last we left, after a tumultuous battle of now ice sculptures, trying to follow to the speaker's office to find this Kaldroth tiefling who had been possibly leading these individuals, finding a secret entrance to where to an outer tower of the castle. You see a door out that is open, footsteps, but you would also see a cellar door going down. You guys opted to go down the cellar door after not seeing anyone else around. And stone steps descending into this icy water that partially floods a 20-foot wide arched tunnel, continues eastward into darkness. The roof looks to arch 12 feet above the water, 8 feet deep. A rowboat tethered at the water's edge looks safe to use. And I'm going to move you guys down somewhere. So bear with me for a moment. I gotta move you. Do you all fit down there? You do. But yeah. That is where this goes. It is dark down here.
Yes, we'll be on our guard.
Sev, bring out his lantern.
Yep.
Alright.
Nice. First up, do we hear anything? Voices, for example.
I would say without a perception check, you don't hear voices. But you do hear just that kind of faint flow of the ice that kind of moves Actually, no. It doesn't move. Stagnant ice.
I'll bring out the psi crystal so I can have some light as well.
Okay.
Over
How much light does that give you?
15, I believe.
Alright. That sounds right.
Yeah,
Bring out
15.
some light. You would see to the north it looks to be a cold storage.
I'm gonna check that out real quick.
Yeah.
Anything left?
Room looks to be empty except for 4 sheet-wrapped bodies lying side by side on the floor in here.
Oh.
If you
I'm gonna lift the sheet and check them out. Check on them real quick.
lift the sheet, they are frozen stiff, much like the ones that you had seen up top. They are more. They also all have the necklaces on. It is 3 humans and a halfling.
More of these fuckers. Should we take their necklaces? No, they're like frozen.
They're frozen stiff to them.
Nah.
They are made of Charlatan, though.
We don't have any use for that, do we?
No. Just the
He had to
dirt
take
or
the
what-
old lady that was upstairs. She took her
Yes.
neck.
Nah, let him keep the little devil trinket or whatever.
I got a little boat right here.
Yeah, there's a little rowboat that can fit 2 people.
I'll fly over to here.
All right, flying over into there. Looks to be a storage area. You would see like food stores. Looks like a rat is chewing through a sack of grain that is lying on the floor in the corner.
You guys coming?
We're only to do 2 trips, but it's doable.
Looks like the passage continues over the water.
Who
I'll
wants to get in first?
look around in here just to see if there's
It's
anything.
actually water.
It is
Yeah,
actually
barrels.
water. Phineas, as you glance around the room in there, it seems like it's mostly empty, clear stores. There's not a lot of food stores in here. Been cleaned out. Aside from the kind of rotten sack of grain that the rat is eating.
You can keep that little buddy. I'll fly over to here.
Alright. Phineas, as you're flying over
And
there,
I'm kind of sticking with the boat. Like I'm just kind of like I'm
Are
not
they-
trying to stay ahead of everybody.
are they rowing?
They said they were.
Who's going on the boat? Only
I'm
fit
going
2.
on the boat.
Alright, Andres going on the boat.
What's the other option?
We'll have to do
Them,
2
I
trips.
think.
Flip a coin for it.
I don't know how I mean, the map itself looks pretty frozen over there, but is that?
There is ice along the sides. It is possible. You think maybe it would be dangerous because it is frozen waters, but
I mean, it's not more dangerous than swimming in the water.
well, the dangerous part would be that you would get knocked in the frozen water. And I would say, Andres, as you step onto that boat there, you would notice over a dozen half-frozen bodies lining the bottom of this waterway.
Can I tell if they're also wearing that necklace?
They look to have been chained down with heavy chains weighing them down.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck.
I would say they don't look like they're wearing the necklaces. Some of them in chain shirts, others in like others look like maybe servants, but some warriors look like they're wearing chain shirts and kind of you might notice the emblem of Air Dinaval.
I guess they didn't take hostages after all. Damn. Whatever waits for them in the hells is still too good for these fuckers. Right. Who's gonna buddy up in the boat?
I mean, I guess I can try to acrobatics, so I can try to tightrope walk on this ice.
Okay.
Right, and Tia will get in the boat with Andras.
All right. Using the boat as Phineas flies back over there. Severage, give me an acrobatics check. The nat 20, and this is a good time to bring up what I would like to do with nat 20s. I don't know if I've mentioned it. Someone sees this nat 20 happen. You can grant someone inspiration when you roll a nat 20.
Neat.
Kind of like the
Did that.
nat 1 gives you inspiration because you're like, man, I got to do better. but in Nat 20, someone else sees this and they are literally inspired by like, man, I wish I could do that.
We did that on our Wednesday game, which shout out to the Wednesday game. If you guys aren't watching it, you really should. But we did that on Wednesday game, and it was super fun. It made inspiration
Yeah.
like a lot more because it's a 10% chance that either you or somebody else will get it. So it's really, really cool.
But as you kind of row along, as I try to stretch Severage's token, Severage, you kind of dart across. You would say down here is a large iron gate to a back area that stone and iron covering
Like,
the
one of those
back way.
that lowers down, or one of those that opens
Yeah, I would
inward
say
or outward?
it lowers down.
Ah, crap.
But Phineas, as you kind of get to this room, as Tia and everyone else kind of catches up, you would see frost covering the floor of this dark 15-foot square room. To your left and right, narrow tunnels. Across from the entrance stands an 8-foot tall pillar of ice with a horned, pale-skinned humanoid figure trapped inside of it. The pillar is wrapped in black chains. The wall behind it looks to be covered in some sort of brown fungus.
Andres, you see
Back.
this?
Coming up. Trying to roll about as close as I can and then get up.
I'd say you guys can both roll religion checks.
I'm not great at those.
Got an 11.
Oops.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
both
it's an
pretty
11.
good. With an 11, kind of based on what you've seen, this is definitely an altar to Levistus, as this seems to depict Levistus.
All right. Just making sure that this guy's not gonna pop out at us. Looks pretty solid.
It is.
All right.
You kind of want to destroy it.
Severage.
What's up?
As you start to creep into this room, as they're inspecting the statue from afar a little bit, that brown fungus behind the statue edges out towards you rapidly, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
I don't think we're blessed anymore.
You are not blessed
No.
anymore, but that is still a pass. So you will take 10 points of cold damage as the fungus starts to reach and grow along Severage's feet
I'm down.
as he gets knocked over, as this mold starts to try to cover him. What do you
I'm
guys do?
immediately gonna try and drag him away
Sev.
from the mold.
I will need a Constitution saving throw as you try to drag him away.
Okay. Wand. 14.
All right, with a 14, you would also take 11 points of cold damage as this starts to creep towards you. You do get in time to kind of like pull him away from that mold that is kind of growing towards that area.
Ew, what is that?
As it seems to be growing towards Severage's lantern.
Ooh, okay. Somebody turn that off. I'm gonna try and stabilize Severage.
All right, give me a medicine check.
Are you out of magic?
Sev
Might
stable.
be. No, actually I have one spell slot left. So I'm gonna do a final cure wounds for the day.
You got that potion too. If you don't want to burn the spell.
True.
Sev,
It's still
Sev, get 11 hit points.
Also, I think somebody else should take that potion in case I go down.
Yeah.
Either Tia or Sev should have it.
Sev, as you come to, your foot is kind of numb from where that mold was starting to creep on you. And you can see it kind of slowly growing towards your lantern, Sev, but you guys put it out?
Yeah.
Alright.
Does it keep on growing toward my crystal?
No. No. It kind of stops where it's at in the corner here.
Oh, it's not the light, it's warmth.
If I step closer, does it?
As you step there,
I'm watching for it, so I'm gonna step back.
I'll give
if
you a
it's gonna start,
Constitution
so I can-
save. Give me a stealth check, we'll say. As you try to creep up to the mold to try and measure it. Alright. You would see it grow towards you, but it's kind of too late as it's growing towards your foot from the other side as well. Give me a Constitution save. I'll give you advantage of it because you know it's coming.
17.
You do take 11 points of cold damage.
Ah, I'll put my crystal away.
Any idea what that is? Is that like,
No.
is that a creature?
I don't know. I can't see it.
There's light from Phineas Crystal.
Yeah,
You
you
just
should
put it away.
Yeah, but before that.
I was unconscious. I just woke up.
Phineas, it didn't seem like it was growing towards your crystal. It seemed like it was just growing towards you.
Yeah, I think it's just coming toward us.
I would say at this point you guys can all make a nature check. Alright.
I got a close look at it.
Tia, you've never seen anything like this before. Mold in the cold? That shouldn't work. Sev, same thing. You've never seen anything like this either. Andres, you've heard of this stuff called brown mold that kind of gives off cold, but Phineas, looking...
Are you saying the brown mold is brown mold?
It is called
That's
brown
crazy.
mold. I know they were real original in first edition of D&D. But Phineas, you would know that it feeds on warmth, draws heat from anything around it. Typically covers a 10-foot square, and the temperature is always frigid around it. It is also immune to being burnt. And anytime fire's around it, it will stretch towards it. Oftentimes creating a new patch of mold from it.
Can it be destroyed?
It can be ignored.
It can be destroyed by cold damage.
Shit.
Yeah, you have to get really cold. Fire doesn't do anything to it. And yeah, so good job putting the lantern out. The fire can actually make more. It'll split. I have a stupid idea, but I don't have enough health to do it.
I would say you would kind of get a sense of what's in the rooms on either side of you. You have a little bit of vision in there. To your right, which is the left on the map, you would note that there is looks to be a small storeroom. It has a rug in it, a narrow bed, freestanding mirror that's kind of sitting in a nice wooden frame. None of it remarkable, but it is kind of odd to have like a bedroom down here. And to the right, you would see, or to your left, which is the right on the map, you would see kind of at the back of the room, a large and heavy iron lever protruding from an iron plate.
Okay, so we do have to go through there. Cool. All right. I still have one spell for healing, so I mean, I can try and cast the spell and cool down the area as somebody tries to go through.
We don't have anything that could activate that, that lever from afar, do we?
Can't do anything.
I would say even with Mage Hand, it would be too heavy.
Tia, you look maybe the most healthy out of all of us. Do you want to try and run through?
Sure.
As she
Hold on. Can we just get a chunk of ice? There's a frozen river right behind us.
ice is cold, yeah.
We have a lot of ice.
So that's a good point.
All right, Severed, you kind of snap off a chunk of ice from the water. It's cold. Ice
Yeah,
cold.
I just need to get it in between so it doesn't follow us.
All right, as you kind of like maneuver this hunk of ice towards the mold, it seems to actually retreat from it and kind of create a path with it, essentially.
Ice is cold. I'll remember that.
It
Can I
is
use
true.
it to just
Yeah,
skirt through?
yeah. Essentially, you can use it to kind of carve a path as it retreats, and it still fills up the same space as before, but it just kind of retreats back into the other corner, slowly but surely.
Let's go flip a switch.
All
Is
right.
there anything else in this room other than the
There
big old
is
lever?
nothing else in this room. You would see it looks to have been used. Definitely littered with old footprints, but other than that, no objects in this room. Andres, where are you going? The ice is with Sev.
I was just
I'm
getting a peek.
I know, I got you. But as you pull the lever from behind Tia and Andres, you would hear gears grinding and chains moving from within the walls as you hear a little bit of splashing as well and little ripples in the water as the lever raises.
I don't know if I like that.
Hey. Alright, back to the boat.
At least that seemed to open the gate.
It did seem to open the gate.
Okay. Well, let's check on it then. Back to the rowboat.
I'll bring out my crystal again, and I'll just kind of hover around by the boat.
As you would hear in the distance voices. Oh, we're sorry. We didn't mean it.
Hello? Anyone down there?
No, please don't throw us in.
What? What are you talking about?
They think we're them.
As Phineas flies through and Tia and Andres kind of rowing the boat, you would kind of make it through and see that there are 5 like a 5-foot wide, 8-foot high tunnel leads to a dark, cold room that reeks of filth. You would look to see 5, looks to be previous servants, trapped in here, huddled together for warmth. Looks like an older gentleman. Actually, they're all pretty old. Except for a couple of younger people. One's a 30-year-old and a 25-year-old. But everyone, they're all human. And one of them would kind of call, they summoned a bird demon. We're sorry. No, don't drown us.
I'm no demon. No, we just got done freeing the speaker, driving this cult of Levistus out of here.
Cult
We're
of
here to take
what?
you back out.
What? The
We're here to
speaker? He's
take you back.
alive?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of our friends is with him right now.
Oh, thank the
It's
heavens.
doing pretty well, actually.
And they all kind of like, a little bit of like glimmer of hope goes across their eyes.
Yeah, we have a boat. We only take a couple at a time, or just
Yeah.
one at a time.
We're here to get you out, but we'll have to do a couple of trips.
We were just debating try and mount a prison break. Not that we would have gotten far, but we're glad you showed up when you did.
Yeah, come. Let's get you out of the cold.
They all appear to be very thankful and are extremely cold in here, as you don't know how long they've been trapped down here. But I'd say you can easily ferry them across with the boat and bring them up top, reuniting with Alara and the speaker Cranoth and Canroth. Boy, their names were Crannoch
Cadroth.
and Cadroth. But speaker Crannoch and the cook, as well as Alara, would be kind of waiting in the main room. Well, I guess that's one way to clear out the cultists. We're still here, just a ghastly sight. Some of the servants do live. Oh, my butler. Well, I'm glad to see you, Lanthus, and the dog keeper. Excellent. Is this it, though?
Yeah, very sorry to say this, but you're gonna have to fish a bunch of frozen corpses out of the water downstairs. It's a grisly sight.
That's not good. That's not good indeed. What sort of town speaker lets his own castle be invaded?
There's also some very aggressive brown mold down there. You're gonna want to be careful around that. Oh, and the devil worshippers directed a shrine?
Of course they did. Of course.
Get rid of that if you can. Or as soon as you can.
This is most troublesome. I don't know how to thank you enough. You've saved my life. You've saved my employees' lives as well. Saved the castle. I haven't been seen in some time. They've been forcing me to sign papers, but that's all for another day, I suppose. But you all are more than welcome here. Any time. Let us... First thing in the morning, we will get these bodies taken care of. Maybe erect the statues outside as a warning. A new Hmm.
Well, this town is definitely does not have a shortage of dead bodies. We have all of these, and then there's about 7 or 8 out in the town as well. One of our friends, Malbrick, came by and took care of a bunch of Durgar.
All headless
Of
now.
Durgar? What?
Hmm. They have been invading parts of the Ten Town using their invisibility to sneak in and have been looking for Chardola. Does that mean anything to you?
That's all these necklaces.
It exists in other forms too.
I believe
This
I've heard
material.
of the material. I think it's all over Icewind Dale. I can find it in the wilds. Never had much use for crystals, though. Especially ones that kind of give off weird juju vibes.
They do that.
Phineas pats the crystal in his pocket.
I... Ah, well, so tired of fish, but a warm meal would definitely cheer me up. I don't know about you all. It is late.
Oh, there is one more thing actually.
Yes.
Before things turned really ugly, a white tiefling fled the castle with some of the dogs. You wouldn't have happened to know who that is.
I think I've seen her. I might have overheard her having a conversation. Uh, Something about a foolish wizard. Oh, what was
I
his
think it would be
name?
Phineas?
Yeah.
Shit, wait.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
No, no.
Wait. That was the
Just
guy
checking.
that was executed?
Oh, yes. Some executed wizard. She was saying something
Desana.
about he might have discovered it or something. I'm not sure what she was referring to. He was caught in East Haven, I believe.
Yeah, that was Dazan.
Yes.
Ah, yes, that's it. Dazan. I
He
apparently
has been thoroughly burned at the stake.
good. I heard he murdered a group of people, but yes, this I believe the tiefling's name. He's racking his brain, doing his best to try and think about like
Gonna give him some guidance.
he needs it. Avery, Avery, Avarice, Avarice. That's right. But I'd never seen her before, so I don't know.
Keep an eye out for them.
I would recommend it. I think she was with the rest of them. They seemed friendly enough. This has been a troubling ordeal. I don't have many well, I don't know the state of our resources, but I would like to repay you in some way. At the very least, you know you're more than free to stay here from here until the day we die.
Already much appreciated.
But I
I
don't.
think we could all do with some rest.
Yes, of course.
You said food, though, right? Food first?
Yeah, we'll see if Karu has anything up for grab in the kitchen. Probably some fish. As he would kind of treat you all to, as well as the other servants who desperately need something warm, are all treated to a hot meal of some fish stew. And let me get rid of the spoopy music. Wrong one. But as you all kind of spend a night here properly.
Knowing that Dazan was part of this cult now, I'm going to kind of go over the poetry book and see if I can figure out the riddle or figure out what's going on with this poetry tonight. I'll use the notes that the town speaker had to kind of
Yeah.
base off of.
Looking at the poetry book, let me double check something here as I take a gander at a thing or two. Anything else you guys would like to do for the evening?
Oh, I need a nap.
That's fair.
Desperately.
All right, I'm just double checking about what it was. It is because it's one of those things that's like in a note somewhere. Go and roll me an investigation check, Phineas.
It's 23.
You would notice a couple of repetitions of these poems every now and then. Like every few pages, it just doubles up. Like it's the same poem that you had seen previously, just like maybe one line might have changed.
What is
There's almost a pattern to it. Like at first it repeats itself pretty often, and then it kind of repeats itself every few pages or every 10 pages later on. Yeah. There does seem to be some sort of pattern to it. You just can't quite understand it. It almost seems different from when you first looked at it.
it's something I'll just take more time to study?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
But at the moment, doesn't seem like it. But you all do get a
So is
quiet
a 20
evening.
so is a 23 a failure then?
23 would be a success. You're picking up that there might be more to it. I know your instinct was like, oh, it's more than a poetry book, but this kind of confirms it, that there's something here. You just can't find maybe the key or something. But as you all do get a good night's rest, Phineas, with that kind of pinging in your head every now and then, that'll be a good spot to end tonight. Waking up in the morning and but before we actually end the session, figure we could have this chat live. Why not? It's something I had talked with Severage about, is the possibility of bringing in the Bastion system for this game.
I'm in.
Sounds fun.
And so essentially, you could have part of the keep here as your Bastion.
Oh.
If you would be up for that. It is a defensible place already. it already has that kind of like,
It's one of the only castles, right?
it is the only standing castle.
Wow. Sounds kind of cool.
It comes with a cat already, unfortunately. Uh,
Dude, I get a wizard tower.
but there are 4 towers. I can go ahead and get rid of the lighting there, as you guys can see the entire castle proper. But essentially the room that is spoken for is the town speaker's room. And he's not doing anything with the library, which is burned and ruined. So we can start to introduce that at level 5. But if you guys want, I figured like maybe in the morning with your talks or over the night, maybe like talking about a place to set up as like a base of operations for your ventures as you kind of talk about what each of you guys have done so far and like your adventures that you've had. Uh, someone could take like the creepy basement. I don't care.
Dibs on a wizard tower.
You have 4 to choose from.
What's in the creepy basement?
There's already a furnished bedroom and a mirror. But other than that, it is pretty plain. It looks like things have been
You do
taken
have
out
some
of it.
remediation. You do have to do some remediation.
Yeah. I mean, there's the statue of dedicated to Levistus, and but it can be something that like your characters would be like, maybe he would offer it to you, and as like the defenders of Caer Dineval. The keep actually has a name too. Unless Caer Dineval's the keep.
Most likely, Care, I believe, is castle. So
Yeah. I think they called it something else at one point. I could be thinking of something else. But yeah. You guys can essentially like talk about it, and then when you guys get level 5, all of the things that you guys have been wanting will have been done already, essentially. Like all of the preparations, like if you wanted to study for Phineas or I don't know, a garden. I would say a garden would be hard, but maybe it's possible with magic. We'd have to talk about those kind of things, but if you guys are up for it, we can do that.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
All right. As that's kind of like another way of like a reward for doing this stuff, as you guys are doing extracurricular things essentially. But yeah. So we'll pick up there next week with you guys at the keep at Caer Dineval, having a good night's sleep. You guys can go ahead and hit the long rest button and do whatever you need there. But yeah, we'll pick up there next week with wherever this takes us. But thanks for sticking around, folks, and we'll see you next week. Good night,
Bye,
Internet.
Internet.
Goodbye.